Okay, hello everyone. All right, we are back to watching Batman Caped Crusader. This time we're going to watch episode 3 called Kiss of the Catwoman. Now, I should have known this, but last episode was covering Clayface, and I did put this in the description, and at some point I said it during the video that I thought it might be Clayface, but I wasn't sure, and I forget that Clayface, his name is Basil Carlo, and it wasn't until I was editing that I was like, oh God, I just keep forgetting his name is actually Basil. So, yeah, and on that note, so this show is like covering origin stories in a very unique manner, and I appreciate that because, like I said before, episode 1 covered a completely different version that we're accustomed to of the Penguin, and while Clayface's version did cover him being an actor, there have been other versions, and if I'm not mistaken, where Clayface was Bruce Wayne's friend, and he just made one of the versions, I guess he got into an accident and ended up turning into Clayface. I thought it was pretty interesting that they went the plastic surgery route and the old Hollywood world. That was pretty cool. So on that note, I am looking forward to all the origin stories, which I'm assuming that's what's going to happen in the next 8 episodes of Batman's role gallery, pretty much. And, him coming up in the world as a reliable source to combat crime. Because at this point, he's pretty new to people, and I know Montoya wanted to trap Batman and doesn't like him very much and still sees him as just, any old vigilante. So, anyway, let's get into episode 3, Kiss of the Catwoman, and see what this show plays around with when it comes to Miss Selina Kyle. All right, let's get to it.
Here you go, pal. O'Brien from the Gazette. Call me if you want a copy after you see it in the paper. My rates are very reasonable.
Yeah, sure. Something tells me she's going to do that.
Now these are pearls. Hard to imagine anything more beautiful.
Not that hard.
I have no idea what you mean.
Well, I hear things tend to go missing around you, Miss Kyle. A lot.
What can I say? I like nice things. But really, most of that talk is just gossip. So I've had a few slaps on the wrist in court. What girl hasn't?
Mm-hmm.
You should buy me a drink sometime.
Should I?
Yes. We have so much in common. The whole wealthy orphan thing.
Your father's in prison for tax fraud.
Well, I know it's not exactly the same, but still. I bet we have more to talk about than most of the
Boss, 10 grand, 20? That's what I'm saying. Who the hell brings pearls like that into crime? I mean, what do you expect, lady? He's dead.
Hey.
Oh my.
Yeah, and you just got punched by Batman, buddy. He's gonna be feeling that shit for days. What an ass. That's all you can think about when you say something like that.
Anyway, that's what happened. And I guess my lawyer worked something out with the district attorney's office, which is how I ended up here on your couch, Dr. Quinzel. I mean, metaphorically.
It's way more computers. Go ahead.
But there is this issue of felony assault, and a bit of belly aching was part of your no jail time deal.
Right, but
All you have to do is a few weeks of therapy.
Given the stakes, I think we should take as much time as we need. Love that we're on the same page.
Now, Have you ever found yourself resorting to violence in other situations?
What? Come on. Do I look like a guy who goes around blowing his top?
Appearances are often deceptive.
Look, the guy made a crack about my mother, so I popped him one. Anyone would have done the same. But yeah, I guess I know that it was wrong.
He was being a jerk.
That tragedy in your childhood, would you like to talk about what happened to your parents?
No. Look, that was a long time ago, and it was awful, but I'm a grown man now. I don't really think about it anymore.
Sure.
You know,
Your nighttime outings are basically about that, Bruce. You think about it all the fucking time.
Can you tell us anything about the gunman? Like what color his hair was or his eyes?
Anything at all.
no.
Detective, the boy's been through enough. I really must insist I take him home now.
Yeah, okay. I'll be in touch with him.
Waste of an hour. Doctor thinks she can get into my head. That's not gonna happen.
Nope. Very few people that can get in Bruce's head.
Miss Selina,
Put a smiley face.
Miss Selina, it's time to wake up.
Time to wake up. Come on.
It's mid-afternoon.
Do not want to wake up to that. What an unpleasant voice.
7 more pills today.
Just put them with the others.
And I too would like to be paid again someday.
Hey, it's not my fault Daddy left us here with butt kiss, is it?
Well, can you at least stop bringing home strays? The cat food bills alone are bankrupting us.
Wow.
Oh, stop worrying, Greta.
Cats.
I'll take care of everything. You never talk back like this to Daddy. Don't think I'm not noticing that.
Interesting that
Hey,
they made
Greta,
her,
darling.
rich
We still have a
girl,
sewing machine.
a rich girl that's got her father in jail for tax fraud.
Fabulous, right?
Not so bad, I review.
That's a skill, man. Listening to a safe like that. Oh, that's put on long clothes. Running in them heels, man. It's not an easy thing to do.
Oh, hi. Paper.
Who are you?
Catwoman, dear. Obviously. You inspire me.
Oh.
You have toys?
It's that Selina Kyle, bro. The high society klepto.
So it is. What are you doing, lady?
You trying to move up to the big time?
That was kind of the plan, yes. Nice car.
I'm sorry, guys, if you hear some slight drilling in the background. They've been working on my building quite a bit. But, you know, I have things I need to watch, and I can't.
How about that sound, Master
It's
Bruce?
not for them, and I can't control that. You might hear some nonsense in the background. It goes in at
Sorry, I'm a little hungover. Late night with a lady friend.
Mm,
What was the question?
I was saying that our last session revealed that you've clearly repressed the impact of your parents' murders.
You may be repressing yourself in other ways. This whole life that you've built for yourself.
Maybe it's a way to shield yourself from further pain. It would be understandable if it was. That's a hell of a thing to go through as a kid.
Disposable income and a very active social life.
Oh yes,
That's a
I've seen you on the
facade.
society pages. Models,
Is there a
movie
view that
star.
night? Kicking ass.
How many second dates do you have?
Is this therapy or church?
What?
Come on.
You run around acting like Gotham's happiest, randiest bachelor.
Or are you just going through the motions, being the person that everyone around you expects you to be?
I'm just playing the field, Doc. That's not a character flaw, is it?
I swear, I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. I didn't break into those shops. It must have been that Batman character. This is all just a tragic
I'm looking
misunderstanding.
at her like she's all full of
Miss
shit.
Kyle.
I'm trying, Your Honor.
Mr. Dent, what does the prosecution have to say to you?
Well, Your Honor, since we have no evidence, it was Miss Kyle that committed these crimes and not the Batman.
And they're like,
The scene.
what do you mean?
And
We have
since
no
the stolen
evidence.
gems were all
You saw
returned,
her.
The people are willing to drop the charges and allow Miss Kyle another second chance.
Oh,
Right.
Bullock is like, what the
Case
fuck are you
dismissed.
talking about that? He got paid off, yeah.
So when it's my clients, you're gunning for jail time. But when it's the rich and famous, they get a break.
What is she, Harvey? A campaign donor?
Oh, come on, Barbara. Do you really think I'd sink that low?
Yeah.
If she weren't flat broke.
She did something for you.
Oh, Miss Selina.
Not yet. I think we need to get some work done on the car.
How do you blow an easy case like that, boy?
Oh, Colin.
Take it easy,
That's
Bull.
on her shirt.
Seriously, Scarface?
Listen,
Don't worry about Colin.
Latest reports indicate that inflation and unemployment in Gotham continues. The subsequent increase in violent crime spread all in the strained Gotham City Police Department even thinner. And she'd allegedly been the prime suspect in a series of jewelry thefts on the Upper East Side.
they let her go.
Indeed, sir. But apparently she has promised never to do it again.
And declined to press charges.
Sure. I always like it when they give Catwoman that music with the violins in the back that almost sound like cats meowing.
Your old mama had some very fine sparklies. Yes, she sure did.
Kitty was Wow, girl, you're lucky.
My hero.
You're lucky they didn't let you die with your dad.
You're wasting my time.
Well, why do you keep chasing me then? I wasn't sure that these would actually work, but oh mackerel.
Inspired her to get toys. Break her car. You got herself a cat type car. Selina, you have a bike. For this time period, it would make sense for her to be riding a bike. The rich girl with the means for having a car.
Miss Kyle moved out the other day after she was released from court. Son of a... She hit 4 6 last night. 4.
Yeah, and now she's going underground.
We'll get used to it, Grandma. We have to. We're on the run. And no one around here will care who we are or talk to the police. Besides, I already paid a year's rent for last night's take. No.
Yes, well, I never asked to live like an outlaw, but no one listens to me.
She just wants to get paid. I think you need to pay that lady.
Perhaps you can let the police handle Miss Kyle. She's actually a jewel thief after all, not really a villain. So.
It's the fact that
And Bruce Wayne does have
slipped out of
appointments
his
today,
face.
so some appointments.
Are you certain there's nothing I can do to change your mind? The show was meant to run for another 3 weeks, and
No, I'm afraid I have to insist. And I'm sure the other families will agree with me.
So did it all go well?
The plan's set. Take us home.
Actually, you have another appointment, sir, with Dr. Quinzel.
Upper crust, you now have only 2 more days to do so.
You know, this is my last session.
Is it? Time has just flown by.
Really?
You know what, Bruce? I'm going to sign your paperwork.
Oh.
It's funny. Most of my patients are all too willing to dump their guiltiest secrets and darkest desires on me. But I do know better. Your walls are just too high. Much too high for little old me to get through. But I'm willing to keep going. I'm willing to try if you are, Bruce.
Thanks for the offer, Doc. But I'm all aces now. I promise.
Sure.
So, can I get you to sign these then?
Because I've often thought it might be beneficial to...
I'm fine. Now drop it.
Yes, Master Bruce.
Don't fraud anymore. There's things that you just won't talk about. You saw the guy. And the gun. Scared.
They're going to pay.
They?
All of them. I'm going to make them pay. And you're going to help me.
Made up his mind.
Not this time.
What's your wife gonna think of this?
Holy crap! Oh my god. Neil O'Brien from the Gotham Gazette.
Yeah. What do you think? I need you to take some pictures.
Duh. Got Selina again, and again they're gonna let her go. Woo.
Put them back.
Get a pamper. No. That's the Well, what were you gonna do? What? You gonna shoot her?
You know, you're really no fun at all.
No, I'm not.
We get Catwoman. There's also some shots of you handling those cops. It's all on the same roll of film. And I'm not trying to...
Just make sure the Catwoman photos run. I don't care about the others.
Greta?
Fuck around with that, man.
Listen, that's not going to be possible. You have no money.
No, listen. Just hawk some of the paintings.
I already sold her and everything else worth a nickel that you owned. What? Greta? You owe me 3 years of back pay, so I'm collecting now. My crew to the Bahamas leaves in an hour. I'll be the same.
Oh, be the same. Oh, girl. Well, she worked for a crook. She probably learned from
I
that.
suppose the evidence against Catwoman will stand up in court this time.
She'll be back.
Yikes.
But Gotham's got a break from her nonsense.
3
So do
years
I.
of no pay?
Those
Well,
photos that
shit.
you might prove to be more
I don't
trouble
blame
than
her.
Catwoman was. I was thinking about what you said earlier. About seeing Dr. Quinzel.
The coffee's cold.
I'll get you a fresh cup, sir.
Yeah, Alfred, that's, talking to him about deep stuff is not gonna fly, bro. Okay, guys, that was really cool. Yeah, I enjoyed this episode very, very much. I'm a little biased too because I do love Catwoman. She's one of my favorites of the whole Batman verse. And it was interesting to see her as a rich girl though, because normally, you know, like in the Batman, we see that she's actually Carmine's daughter, whom he didn't recognize as his own from abusing her mother. I think we've seen a few other versions like that, if I'm not mistaken, in The Long Halloween. My husband's read that. He owns that graphic novel, and I haven't picked that up. I suppose I should, since they're here in the house. And normally she's barely scraping by financially. Sometimes she adopts kids, right? She's always surrounded by many cats, but she's usually living in a pretty rundown apartment most of the time. Even in, I think Michelle Pfeiffer's version of Catwoman, her apartment was like okay. She was definitely not rich. She was a secretary, from what I remember from that movie. And yeah, and Christopher Walken was playing her boss, the royal asshole. Yeah, so in this iteration, she's a rich girl, and daddy's in jail for fraud, and now she's in jail for theft. So yeah, it's a very interesting take. I did enjoy it. It wasn't an episode that had me kind of glued to the TV. So I loved it. And what did you guys think? I'd like to know how you guys felt about this episode. Did you like this version of Selina? What do you think about Dr. Quinzel as Bruce's therapist? Normally we hear of Harleen Quinzel as the Joker's therapist. Maybe he'll pop up somewhere along the line and she'll be his therapist. But I don't know, like all of these episodes so far have been fresh takes with some things based on the comics and things that we've seen before, but most of them have had pretty unique origins that just pertain solely to the show, which I think is pretty cool, you know, because we've all seen like so much Batman stuff, and it's cool that they're just giving it a different twist. Anyway, guys, let me know what you thought in the comments, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get alerted for more content, any more videos like this, or any of the other stuff I watch on the channel, okay? If you made it this far, I really appreciate you. Thank you to all my brand new subscribers this month. Take care, everyone.